Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusril, the game is World of Warships, and yes, you're looking at a Windows 10 desktop. The focus for today is the Clash of the Elements event that's running across all servers for the next 2.5 weeks. I'm going to be using the US website for the video today, but the numbers should be consistent across all the regions. The basics of the event are pretty simple. Step 1. Sign up to the event via the website. That's easy enough. Head over to your local World of Warships website, whatever goes to your region, .com.eu, .sea.ru, make sure you're logged in, and then either the site banner or a button in the news page should take you straight through to the event's mini-site. Once you're there, we're on to step 2. Pick a side, either Team Fire or, well, Team Ice apparently melted, so we've got Team Water, no dragons and no lewd. Unless you count that new port that's coming in 064, but that probably won't arrive until after the event is done. The sides don't matter all that much. What's at stake there is a flag and some camouflage in a best out of 3 contest. Step 3 is play World of Warships. Nice and simple. You are chasing 5 categories: battles won, ships destroyed, damage dealt, ribbons and achievements, and base XP. Kudos to Wargaming, by the way, for going for base XP. You cannot use premium time or equal speed Charlie London or camouflages to get an advantage there. I'm a little unsure about ships destroyed. I'm still leery of that after the Arpeggio Milko and various other debacles we've had over the course of the game, but hey, they've gone for it, and at least it's only 1 category out of 5. The top 100 players in each category will get a bonus of 100 coins, and every player who hits these checkpoints each week will get 5 coins for each checkpoint. And once you've got your coins, then we're on to step 4, profit. Once you've got the coins, you can pop yourself over to the gift shop and spend them on nice stuff. Maybe you missed out on your super containers, or the ranked season didn't go your way and you didn't get some of the special mods. Well, you can pick these up for 175 coins each. Are you desperate for premium consumables? No problem, 350 coins, there are 2 consumable bundles to be grabbed. Maybe you need some signal flags. 300 coins, sir, and you can grab a bundle of signals tuned for your preferred class of ship. And it's worth noting that these include some relatively rare signals. The Destroyer Commander bundle includes Sierra Mike. Normally you need a double strike to get those. Most of the others include November Echo Seta 7, and that normally requires you to get a clear sky. Maybe you're after a bit of premium time, some doubloons, some extra camo. Your friendly gift shop is carrying all of these as well. But the real prize is a ship, well, more accurately a torpedo, so dangerous that Wargaming have got her alongside Gremiashki and Nikolai on the do not sell list. This is the Kamikaze R, and therefore the infamous Type 92 torpedo, the weapon that taught so many low to mid-tier battleship and cruiser drivers just what their rudders were really for. On top of the ship and the torpedo, you get a port slot and a new and improved permanent camouflage, offering you 50% extra XP, 50% extra free XP, and a 50% reduction on the post-battle service costs. When you consider that a normal Tier 5 permaflage only gives you 30% extra experience, and that the only other camo offering a 50% service reduction is a 5,000 doubloon Tier 10 permanent camo, yeah, that's a pretty desirable camo. If you already have Kamikaze R, then you'll get the new camo and a small pile of credits to replace the ship. This is a seriously desirable prize, so why is there a controversy? Well, it all started off with one question. How much are you going to have to play in order to get Kamikaze? Kamikaze costs 800 coins. You get 10 for signing up, leaving you with a total of 790 to earn throughout the event. There are 60 checkpoints each week, rewarding 5 coins each for a total of 300 coins per week. 3 weeks for the event, that gives you 900 coins maximum and 180 checkpoints. You are going to have to hit 158 of those checkpoints. Divide that down across 3 weeks, you're looking at 52 checkpoints in 1 week and 53 in each of the other 2. Average that out across 5 checkpoint categories, you have level 10 in all the categories and level 11 in most of them, 2 in 1 week, 3 in the others. We're going to do something a little bit statistically dodgy at this point. We're going to pull out my personal stats, just get them across and shrink this down a bit so we can read everything. There we go, that'll do quite nicely. So let's have a look at what level 10 and level 11 involve. Level 10 is 80 victories, 150 killing blows, 6.4 million damage, 17,000 ribbons and achievements, and 130,000 base XP in 1 week. If you want level 11, you're looking at 100 wins, 180 killing blows, 8 million damage, 21,000 ribbons, 160,000 base XP in 1 week. How does this translate into a playtime requirement? Well, let's take a look at my stats. We'll ignore yesterday, that was complete fluke and a new Minotaur. Last week, also a bit of an outlier, so let's go with the 90-day stats as being relatively recent performance and with hopefully enough games to smooth out any unicum or potato moments. So for level 11 performance and comparing to my stats, 21,000 ribbons. Well, fortunately I like Atlanta, stop sniggering, and the British light cruisers when they're not taking it in the Citadel. The rapid-fire Dakar on those ships can average 200 and head up towards 250 hits, and therefore ribbons, at a casual estimate. So divide down, let's see, 21,000 divided by 250 will highball the estimate, and you get 84 games in 1 week. Base XP is also a bit on the hard side to estimate. The stats say I'm pulling in an average of 1520 XP per game, but that includes premium and signals. So if you cut out the premium, take a third of the XP off, that gets you down to 1,000 average base XP if you also nudge it down a bit to allow for equal speed Charlie London. That translates to 160 games in 1 week. 100 wins at a 58% win rate, yeah, that's a nice easy bit of division. 172 games in a week. And if I want 180 kills at 0.9 killing blows a game, 200 games in a week. 8 million damage, 38.5k average damage, 208 games in 1 week. If you allow 20 minutes per game, and yes, some games are shorter, but you also have to include a buffer for things like queue and countdown times, not to mention details like food and going to the toilet, you get 3 games an hour. 208 games divided by 3 games an hour gives you 69 hours and 20 minutes gameplay a week. That's just shy of 10 hours a day. Every day for 3 weeks. It's my very own oral cruise, ditchy. Bearing in mind that my regular job, you know, the one that actually pays the mortgage, is 7.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, well, on a work day that leaves 6.5 hours for everything not either work or World of Warships. Little things like, you know, sleep. Well, maybe I can catch up at the weekend. But maybe I'm being unfair, so let's assume that I somehow turn into an ultra unicum, that I crush my enemies, see them driven before me, and hear the lamentations of their conmusume. The absolute best case, 100% win rate and every other category magically falling into place, requires 100 games per week. At 3 games an hour, that means the time requirement isn't going to go much below 34 hours a week. That's 4.5 hours a day of perfect World of Warships play. Every day for 3 weeks. At which point I have to wonder, 1, did Wargaming actually run these numbers to get estimates of the time requirement? And 2, who do they expect to pull this off, when even the best players, and we're talking 80% plus win rates here, will need to put in probably 5 or 6 hours a day, every day, for the duration of the event? And we're not talking the top 1% here, we're talking the top 7 or 8 players on the server. Of course, it's easy to kibitz from the sidelines. The citadel-seeking question is what I do in Wargaming's position. Okay, let's run the numbers in a different direction and try to answer that. We'll start with an assumption of 3 hours a night of gameplay as a balance between increased player time and, well, sanity. That works out as 9 games a night, 63 games a week, give or take. We'll plug that into my stats for the last 7 days, which are better than my 90-day stats, so that bumps up the bar a bit from good to borderline unicum, and we start to get some target values. On the win rate side, a 71% win rate at 63 games, 45.2 wins, round that to 45 for convenience. Ships destroyed, 1.1 kills per game, 69.3 kills. Again, round it to a nice number, 70 kills. Damage done, 56,389. That multiplies up to 3,552,507 damage. Again, smooth it out, 3.5 million. Ribbons were back of envelope to start with, so we'll lowball the target at 200 ribbons, multiply up 12,600 ribbons, smooth it down a bit, 12,500. You're still a bit stuck if you're not in a light cruiser, a rapid-fire destroyer or a Bismarck, but hey, it's going to favour those ships by definition. As far as base experience goes, well, I've been getting 2,058 average XP according to Warships today. Strip out premium, strip out the occasional equal speed Charlie London, yes, we're fudging it here, you get down to about 1,200 base XP. Multiply up, 75,600 base XP. And again, pick a decently round number, 75,000. Now let's go back to the checkpoint grid. 45 wins, tier 7, 35 coins. 70 kills, tier 5, only a little short of the 75 for tier 6, but, well, just shy doesn't really count, 25 coins. 3.5 million damage, just over tier 6, 30 coins again. 12,500 ribbons, tier 7, 35 coins. 75k base XP, tier 7, again coming in just shy of tier 8, we'll call that 35 coins. So that kind of performance on the current checkpoints would get you 160 coins per week. Over 3 weeks, 480 coins. Add on the 10 coins for joining, 490 coins. And if you go with nudging over the couple of just shy categories, that's another 10 coins, 500 coins as a round number for Kamikaze, not 800. So that's one option, cut the Kamikaze's price down to 500 coins. The other option is actually to extend the event to 5 weeks. You can't do a 4-week event because that opens up the possibility of a 2-all draw between the teams. Curiously enough, 160 times 5 is 800 coins, and as a bonus it does give people who've looked at the event in its current form and decided sod that, a chance to catch up a bit. And that, I think, is my preferred alternative. It lets the latecomers catch up. It gives people a good chance of getting Kamikaze if they're playing at above average shading into unicum without actually killing themselves. It lets people pick up a few of the small prizes on the side as well as Kamikaze if they do want to go the extra mile and push up into tier 10 plus. And the best bit is that it will still end about a week before the High Free event kicks off, assuming the plan is to synchronise with the launch of the OVAs on the 24th of May. So you won't have 2 major events running at once and tripping over each other. Of course, all of this is just my opinion based on some very, very sketchy numbers. And, well, opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one and they're mostly full of shit. But we'll see what Wargaming make of this. Maybe they'll decide it's worth doing. Who knows? We'll find out. Let's be honest here. I have been Yusuf, ladies and gentlemen. That has been my take on the Clash of the Elements event. It's pretty good, but I think they've just overtuned it a little. Well, more than a little, in fact. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell.